What's up, everybody? Welcome to another sunny afternoon Q&A. It is Q&A number 47. We got a lot to cover this one here, so we're going to get right to getting started. David Durantis wants to know who's my favorite wrestler, and if you didn't watch the 20 previous Q&As, it's still Roman Reigns. It's true. Brock Lesnar guy has a bunch of questions. Do you collect WWE figures? Who's my favorite diva? Who's my least favorite diva? What would your finisher be if I wrestled Grimm for a match? Do I know? No, I don't know who Sachin Tendulkar is. I think I botched that. My favorite movie, my favorite food, and my favorite holiday spot. And holy shit, and he says, oh my goodness. What comes to mind when I say India? And you're good at baseball, why did I not take it? Okay, back to the top. Do I collect WWE figures? No! However, Feisty Pants started playing with the WWE figures that were handed down from my nephew, so we do buy a couple, but we don't have a lot. My favorite diva all time is Trish, with a very close runner-up, Eve. Least favorite, Michelle McCool kind of got on my nerves, but what's her name that wrestles currently for Nikki Bella? Naomi. I cannot stand Naomi. I don't know why. She's just tough. And now that she's she's playing the villain, she's even worse. Don't know Sachin. My favorite movie is Spaceballs, followed by Christmas Vacation. Very close tie there. I always say it's a tie between the two because they're both hilarious. Favorite food is pasta, and you can always judge a good place by its burger if you're ever going out. If they make a good burger, odds are the rest of the menu is pretty good. If they can't make a burger, odds are they can't make anything else. I don't really have a favorite holiday spot. Baseball, what happened was I tried out in high school, and I didn't make the high school team because the coach said I had long hair. And it was long. It's longer than it's been in videos. It was longer, to my shoulder. It was crazy. And he just, he profiled me, and he just assumed I was from a bad crowd, and kind of denied me there. So I tried out again the following year at college, and I was not, there's playing after school with your friends, which is what I did a lot of, and then there's organized ball, where you play on a team. I never did Little League. Trying out in high school was the first time I actually did anything organized. And my level of organized play was not high enough to fit in with the college level. So I didn't make the college team at all. When the Blue Claws Stadium opened up nearby, I actually wanted to go on and try out just right onto the field and said, hey, I'm here to play, because my organized play got better in the years afterwards. I got into a softball team, I played baseball with the guys, and my organized play was a lot better with what I learned. But I was about 10 years too late, and 10 years is a lot in baseball. What comes to mind when I say India? The country? Rob Bailey says we were talking about Gotham and how good it was, and he wants to know, what do I expect from the next series of Gotham? The next season. Series? Well, it looks like Penguin's going to be the criminal mastermind. So he's going to be the main villain behind a bunch of other villains. They'll probably introduce a couple of new bad guys for him to boss around. I really, Fish is dead. I really thought Maroni would stick around and would battle between Maroni and Penguin, and because Maroni is the mob boss when you get to Batman Begins, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe they shot him in the head. I could see if Fish shot him, in the chest or something, and it looked really bad, and you could play it off as, oh, it was only a wound and he's better. But he shot him in the fucking... So I don't know, man. I just hope it's more of the same, because this was an excellent show. Unlike a bunch of other shows that were excellent and got canceled. Goddamn networks. That's as we move into the next segment. Nope, we got a couple more questions, then we move into the next segment. Brandon Gredeman wants to know what's my favorite Insane Clown Posse song. I don't have one. I don't really listen to them. So I can't really say that I have a favorite one. If I had my own town, what would it be called? Alexville. What's my favorite movie of all time? See previous question. If you could play play for any what NFL team, who would it be and why? I don't play football. I would be terrible. I'm tiny, and I don't have a lot of body weight, and I can't even kick the ball that far if I wanted to be a kicker. Football just isn't my sport. Some people are just built to play other things. I could play baseball. That's the sport I like. Bowling, lots of other sports. Basketball, not too bad, even though nobody plays basketball really, and I'm shocked that the NBA is still around. I liked hockey. I never got into it, though, but I like it. And what's my favorite joke? Okay, it's called the duck joke. Maybe you've heard of it. It's you and two friends, total of 3 people, and you say the 3 of you guys are in a car crash and you all die and you go to heaven. And right away, there is St. Peter right at the gates letting you in. He says, "Boys, before you go into heaven, I got one rule. Don't step on any of my ducks." And you guys are like, "Ducks? No problem." So he's like, "I'm serious. No ducks. You step on a duck, it's over." And you guys are like, "No problem." So he opens the gate, and as far as you can see, like blades of grass in a giant field, there are ducks everywhere. Right away, your friend number 1 steps on a duck. Sirens go off. It's the heaven police. They come and they handcuff him to this nasty-looking chick, ugliest chick you ever seen in your life. So you and your second friend are like, "Oh shit, we gotta look out for each other. That's not gonna happen to us." You guys go for decades, eons, years. Finally, your second friend accidentally steps on a duck one day, and you guys are panicking because you remember what happened to your other buddy, and you're like, "Oh no!" And sure enough, the sirens go off. The heaven police come over, the duck police, and they handcuff him to another nasty, butt ugly chick, and you're like, "That's it. I'm not moving from my spot. I'm going to sit here on this rock. I'm going to suntan every day. I'm going to not do anything that revolves around a duck, and I'm going to be fine." So you set the official record for days on end without stepping on a duck. It's like millions of days long, millions of years long, millions of decades long. Too far to count. And finally, one day, you're just sitting there minding your business, and the sirens go off, and the heaven police come, and they handcuff you to the hottest chick you've ever seen in your life. And you're like, "Oh my God, what did I do?" And you say to her, "What did I do to deserve to be handcuffed to you? Because you're so gorgeous." And she's like, "I don't know, but I stepped on a duck." Let it sink in, because that's fucking hysterical. Oh, you gotta have the charisma to tell that joke. It's not an everyday joke. All right, and I forgot one question from Brock Lesnar guy. What would be my finisher move if I wrestled Grim for a match? We actually did have a match. We wrestled about this time last year, and it was for the heavyweight championship. I won it. He won it back. And after winning it back, he put me through a table with the AA, John Cena's AA move, and I ended up starting my own show. And here I am! But I think we fought in the snow, and I think to honor our official match, I would call my finisher move the Avalanche. Yes. Yes, I would. All right, we got to move into the next segment of... Damn it, there's one more question from the bartender from The Shining. Was I ever addicted to something? No. Did I see Amazing Spider-Man 2 and did I like it? Loved it. And am I giving Feisty Pants a push? No. Not in this. Yes, in the sense that you're thinking, but not in the sense that I'm thinking. This is a fun show that I do with my son for as long as I've done it. He's been more off camera, and gradually, as he's gotten comfortable behind the camera, he's come out in front of the camera. So he's a lot more comfortable now. You know, he's playing Minecraft a lot, and he likes to do his Minecraft shows. That's going to be a new thing. But not giving him a push like he needs a title shot, but giving him the comfortableness, or the time to become comfortable behind the camera, and now he's a more prominent part of the show than he used to be. So not the same, but the same. So, talking about the shows that got canceled, I don't know what the hell I'm going to watch anymore, because I watch a lot of TV, and fucking 7 shows that I watched are getting canceled. meaning they're not renewing for the fall season. Now, the following, okay, that's currently on series finale tomorrow night, Monday night. It's a serial killer, and Kevin Bacon's character is FBI guy who follows the serial killer and brought him to justice, and then years later he escapes prison, and there's a whole mess of serial killing, and he gets caught again. So the story essentially is coming to an end, so we kind of knew that it was going to wrap up this year, but it's official, it's done. But it's been a great show, and I love it. Everybody in that show was great. You didn't know, every week, you didn't know who was going to get killed next, and even tomorrow, everyone may get killed because it's the end, and who fucking knows. Franklin and Bash, those two guys, if you've never seen the show, you got to look this up. Maybe, hopefully, catch it in syndication, maybe on Netflix, maybe at your mom's house. I'm going to save that one for next week. I have follow-up jokes. I'll have to get back to that one for next week, Brandon. I'll give you my follow-up jokes, and maybe you guys will laugh a couple more times. But they play a pair of young, up-and-coming lawyers who are very unorthodox in their law-practicing ways, and they get a lot of chicks, and they work for this rich lawyer guy, and they live on the beach house, and it's like the greatest guy show for like a pair of single guys, and I really, they were in a couple of seasons already, and I can't believe that they're not getting renewed. Their show's fucking great. Forever was new this year, already canceled. Can't believe it. It's the guy from the Fantastic Four movies who plays Mr. Fantastic. He's got the accent a little bit. He plays an immortal, he's immortal, essentially. He gets killed like 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, whatever it is, and finds out that he's immortal, and he changes his identity. Kind of like, have you ever seen Highlander, the Highlander movies? It's essentially that story. But what happens is he becomes a morgue, what's the fucking called? The head medic, the ME, medicinal I don't know what the fuck he's called. But anyway, he works in the morgue, so all the dead people go there, and he works alongside this gorgeous woman who plays the lead role in the police department that he works with. I forget her name, but I think she came from Law and Order. But man, she is gorgeous. I would watch the show. Even if it was a terrible show, and it was one of those shows that were so terrible, they just had to keep it on the air, I would still watch the show just to see her every week. But it's just the opposite. The show was great, but they canceled it. Can't figure it out. Same thing with Backstrom. It's the guy from The Office that you guys love to laugh at. He becomes a profiler, and he's the lead in his detective department. He's got a nice handful of supporting cast. It was a great, I think, 10 or 12 episodes, and I can't believe they didn't renew it. I'm like, fucking, who are these people? Resurrection was a weird story. It was about a little boy who just shows up in the middle of like China or something. They get him back home to the United States, and they find his address through some red tape, and they figure it out, and they bring him home, and it's Red from that '70s show, and he opens the door. He's the father, and he's like, hey, we found your son. We're just returning home. And the guy's like, yo, that's not funny. My son died 30 years ago. And here he is, this little kid. So then all of a sudden, throughout the story, all these people start showing up. And it's got something to do with the river and people coming back from the dead. And then there's like whole families. And then you die again and they come back to life again. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? Lost a little bit of focus for me. I stopped watching it. But that got canceled. No surprise to me there. American Idol is done after... not this season, but after next season. Next season is the last one. Thank God. Constantine is a big surprise that got canceled also. And Sirens was a comedy about a first aid squad. And you go on their adventures, and everything is like, hilarious. And I can't believe that didn't get picked up. Bunch of fucking shit there is. What the hell am I going to watch on TV now? Fucking Family Feud? I mean, I guess. Steve Harvey's hilarious. Alright, so, last but not least, Payback tonight. Cena versus Rusev. The I Quit match. I'm thinking, Rusev has lost twice already to this guy. I think Rusev is going to get it back and set the stage for the next contender. Nikki versus Naomi for the title. I see Naomi winning this and setting up a triple threat between her and Nikki and Paige when she returns. What else? The tag titles are on the line. New Day versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. I think they're going to get it back, and it'll be a cool setup for tag titles in the Elimination Chamber at the end of the month. Bray Wyatt versus Ryback. Both of these guys have lost so many times that if another loss to either of them would mean that they've become jobber material. So I really, I hope there's some kind of double elimination where the both of them don't get a loss and actually just don't win, and then they shake hands and walk away, but I don't think that's going to happen. Ziggler versus Sheamus. I picked Dolph Ziggler. Neville versus Bad News Barrett. King Bad News Barrett. I think Neville needs a win here. Daniel Bryan hanging it up. Looks like they're going to do something for his title. Hopefully something, because he's done. And who did I miss? Oh, the Fatal 4-Way. I am picking Dean Ambrose to win this over Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton. Dean Ambrose all the way. I'm just kidding. Roman Reigns, I think, is going to pull this off. Orton is that established veteran who's going to kind of carry the match. Seth Rollins, obviously the champ, looking to defend. Dean, I think, is going to go for Daniel Bryan's title. That sets him up for a perfect, here you go, we're going to give you this title. And Roman Reigns, I think he's going to get that payback to Seth Rollins for cheating him at WrestleMania. I think it's finally going to happen. And then, oh, by the way, Elimination Chamber, end of the month. Can't fucking wait. That was the best pay-per-view besides WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble that I looked forward to, because they ruined Survivor Series. Now, some news. Q&A every Sunday. Monday, I'm going to show you the toy hunts and the toy hauls. New lineup, Tuesday, Baseball Tuesday. I've had a lot of interest, and I have enough videos now where I can actually do a baseball card video every Tuesday. And then Wednesday, Feisty Pants is going to do some Minecraft stuff. Yeah! And then I've been doing some EverQuest videos. This is the video game that I play. It's the only video game that I play. I'm going to put them... I was going to try to designate a EverQuest day, but I think I'm going to work them into the weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday with the action figure reviews. I'm just going to, when I have a video to post, I'm going to post it instead of an action figure review. We're doing the whole verified movement, so when you tweet stuff, tweet at verified and hashtag verify Alex. Fishing Guy 75 on YouTube, that's my brother. We're doing a whole bunch of funny shit, and he's at the original champ. And then, don't forget about Instagram. Jesus Christ, is there anything else? Oh, two more things. Okay. A card game I used to play called Overpower. I made up in my hobby is I made up the Transformers Overpower after the game went long dead. It was like I want to say 95 to like early 2000s, and then it was just done. So I'm looking for images on the internet, and I'm just Googling Overpower, and I Google Transformers, and guess what comes up? Transformers Overpower. And I'm like, no, did someone make it? No, it's my fucking work on this guy's website. So, it's under GeoCities. It used to be, if you don't know what GeoCities is, it's this old fucking website thing that people used to post to when I was in an email group. So I'm thinking it ended up in the email group, and this was all that's left when GeoCities closed. So this guy who preserved GeoCities renamed it with an R, RioCities. That's his Twitter. And the second guy, Jacques, Jacques, that's his Twitter. I tweeted both of them, and I'm like, hey, I was working on my Overpower, and I came across your site, and I said, I'm surprised to see my work up there. Contact me. Do you think they fucking contacted me? No. I mean, it's one thing if you manage a website and somebody's like, it's like, hey, I run Facebook, and, oh, by the way, did you see so-and-so's Facebook status? Hello, there's like 4 fucking billion people on Facebook. But no, this is a dead website, and the only thing on this website is the story of how it died, frequently asked questions about how it died, and then my fucking Overpower cards. So get on it, man. Figure out who you are, contact me, and then you gotta take my shit down. And then, finally, fan mail. That's the P.O. Box. Send me your fan mail, and I'll collect, letters as they come, and then I'll do a video on the letters as they arrive, and we'll do it on the video. Not a set day, but as I get it, We'll work it in. That's it. Like this video, leave me a comment and subscribe for more.